Ah, for the real Vincent Gazzoco Nostrovini, please stand up. I don't know really if this is the real one or not. I don't know if I can really stand up. Point is this, we're going to go through the clinical clan shenanigans and the boxing shenanigans. There is a steady case that one of the greatest heavyweight champions in history, and I mean Usyk, will retire, go into the sunset, or take a time off. I don't believe he will. I don't believe he'll retire, and I do believe he'll take a reasonable time off to allow legitimate challenges to his rule to be there. Unlike Ali or Muhammad, no, let's go back down history's lane. The Muhammad Ali lost 3 years of his prime uh, time when his license was taken away when he wouldn't serve in the military for 3 years. So the Ali between 1967 and 1970 was no there to face a new generation of heavyweights. He actually subsequently faced them later on, but there was always the constant barking of Howard Cosell that he was the same man. Actually, the young Ali fought substandard opponents. Cleveland Williams, who had been shot in the belly. Joe Foley, who had perhaps collected Social Security checks. Was a good man, but past his prime indeed. George Chuvalo, who became a stepping stone, a gatekeeper. You know, and Sonny Liston, who perhaps didn't train well enough or respect Ali enough to be at his peak. Yes, Ali was one of the greatest. But could he beat Usyk? Usyk had no downtime. Unlike Joe Louis, between 1943 and 1946, was in the military and lost a step when he came out. Unlike Jack Dempsey, who never fought the top black fighters of his time. Unlike Jeff, and if you go past Jim Jimmy Johnson was beaten by some fighters. He had a great his techniques wouldn't have worked today. You couldn't beat Jack Johnson and grab people before they can grab you and shut them down. Boxing was mostly clinching, different title. No, it was perhaps it's almost unbeatable. He fought at 200 pounds and at 6'3", which that would make him in the time of Joe Louis, Gene Tunney, Rocky Marciano, a very tall heavyweight. Never been slow or beaten in as an amateur or as a professional that I know of via knockout. Then when he fought the giants of today, he beat them on the top men. Some people think he should retire. I think not. His greatest challenges are to come. Perhaps Moses, I suppose, could be that challenge. I doubt it. The way they're handling him is ridiculous. Joe Louis, Mike Tyson fought all kinds of styles of fighters before they were put in with top echelon. It's true. To have uh, Moses fight a series of foes who are built made to order for a man who is supposed to have the power of Tyson and the boxing skill of Sugar Ray Robinson. Usyk will take him apart, bit by bit, unless Moses lands the big punch, which no historics, is that a word? Subsequently supports. No, this is what will happen with the foolishness of boxing. Parker, if he gets past and he survives, Woodley will get his title shot. Moses may get the title shot beforehand. It's being set up that Moses and Parker are the men who deserve the title shot or people are most intrigued by. Perhaps Fury. Although how many times does Fury have to be beaten by the champ? No. This is going to be very interesting. I can sure get excited by our British cousins bantering about this one and bantering about that, and making false YouTube in which they have people fighting set up. It intrigues me, but it also hooks me. Stop it. Leave yourselves. And Mr. Music, what I would do if I were you, I would take a pay cut and fight around the world like Ali did. Not all those fighters that Ali fought were great fighters. Who can forget the Lion of Flanders on Jean-Pierre Koopman, perhaps the worst title challenger in history. Forgive me if you're still alive, Mr. Koopman, but who's not? Yeah, yes. And Mike Tyson is the greatest champion in history. Perhaps all the ingredients, but Mike screwed up. Mike had the training regime of the Rocky and Marcial. He certainly had the dimensions. Mike would be the greatest heavyweight champion in history, except for those tall fellows who like to grab me and block him. See, Marciano didn't let you grab him. You didn't grab Marciano. Marciano. Anyway, I'm old enough, believe it or not, my vanity says I am young. 66 years old. I can remember when Ali fought Escobar as a child. Uh, I used to be well immersed in boxing generally. Dropped out of it for a while in terms of paying attention to things. Anyway, that is my take on the boxing field. Woodley, Wardley, a devastating puncher, dangerous man with an iron chin, questionable boxing abilities, could beat Parker. Parker is a classic fighter at his peak. Good puncher, good boxer, a good film terrible. He could outbox Wardley. Perhaps he would. Or he could be nailed by a devastating punch, one punch. I would think he would outbox Wardley. Not stop him. Unless he's willing to take some risks. Moses, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. We should have tune-ups against all kinds of styles, particularly people who are boxers and very, very terrible. But because seductive I look. Anyway, that's my take. As for my political take, I tend to be a conservative straight. Reactionary, really. Never embraced the left. Given the view of my skin, would be foolish. We're unstable and we're a bunch of hypocrites. I go with the man from Queens. He is not what he seems. He'll do battle with the triumph, the Korean, North Korean, which is the Red Chinese. Let's call them Red Chinese from now on. The Rusks, the Russians. He's the only one who's an even match for them. Because you're on the left. It's quite predictable. And try on the second for the vote is on. Why once a man is your fascist? That really I don't see. He's just unpredictable, Mr. Man, and he will be in victory. He's the instrument that God is using and using to battle chaos. And the devil can predict his actions. Nor can either of us do it justice. Anyway, it's going to be very interesting time. Now I am going to sign off now. Oh, Leila, she would fight Shields, and she prime Shields, prime or past the prime. She's more than prime than most women. Ah, if we only had a time machine, where the best could fight the best. Jack Dempsey against Rocky Marciano. Joe Louis against Jack Dempsey. Ah, Jack Johnson against a prime Jim Jeffries. Not the shell that he had fought. Ah, but such is life. Such is the thing that none of us can ignore. The ultimate battle with time, or father time. Ah, anyway, enough about me and my philosophy, such as it is. I will take this broken arm and well, I'm trying not to look at this. Let's look down. Always look up to the heavens. Always look up to the